Great. See, what was my motive to ask you this? Why don't you teach here then? You're
Because
good in
bec-
speaking too, right?
uh,
Yeah,
you find me good in speaking English
definitely. I would say like if you will ask me about
is rigorously important for all of us, because if you remain stagnant with the
Hmm,
current job position and feel like, okay, I'm comfortable because I'm getting my pocket money and bread
yeah.
and butter is affordable with this money, then sustaining livelihood will be a difficult task for you because entire world is rushing.
Also would like to give you a feedback on the answer which you shared. So it was well prepared. Though, like the question here, I prepared it right now only, and you answered it at instant, right? Like we don't have any script from where we are writing or reading, something like that. So what I feel is, I also teach this to the students. Always start your points with may know what kind of work or what is your dream job. Are you doing that?
Yeah, I'm working for it. I am in the process of creating that system, which is my specific goal. But at the same time, I'm not letting my happiness be a part of that ultimate success. But
Mm-hmm.
in the process, whatever I am doing with 1% improvement each day, I am noticing that I am getting a way better in achieving that thing. And I am happy about the process, enjoying at the same time. So my dream job is basically, ma'am, just to be a teacher loved by all students. Getting their love is much more rewarding than executing my service to them. More than that, what they give me in return, in terms of marks, in terms of achievement, in terms of appreciation, or whatever. If I am able to create impact in somebody else's life, be it through my academic education where I'm teaching chemistry, or it can be through YouTube where I am teaching students and creating these free sessions for them. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel that wherever possible, if I'm able to help someone or make a small difference or light a candle in someone's darkness, then I feel that this is the good thing I'm doing, and it helps me grow. And it at the same time, I don't feel lonely. I feel that I'm always surrounded by people, some of the other compliments. Sometimes there is some criticism also, but it balances, I
Correct.
feel.
Okay. I don't want to make you feel like hurt here. Just wanted to add something here now. Like, I do agree with the points which you shared. People call it as a hobby. But haven't you heard this many times from the people? Like when someone is not able to do something, at the end, their last option is teaching. Have you heard this from someone?
Last option is teaching. I have heard this from not just one person, but from many people.
Multiple
From
times.
many people. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But in my case, I was very interested in teaching right from the beginning of my class 6 and 7, when I had started teaching to students of my age in my class when they had doubts. And I remember a presentation was being held in my college during my master's. I
Mhm.
thought of going for research and doing some research later on, but
Right.
I never knew that I can be a good teacher. I did not know my own potential. Something is unidentified in you until somebody else who is an influencer in your life, or you consider them as your role model, comes in front of you and says that you don't know how much potential you have, being the human you are, and the positivity you create, or the concepts you make it simpler for students to understand. So we had presentation in my college, and during my masters, I'll always remember that day. And it was the first presentation, and among all students, I was roll number one,
Mhm.
because in Mumbai we have roll number starting from ABCD for their surnames. So as my surname is Diwakar D, nobody was ABC. So I was placed first. So I went ahead, I gave my presentation, although that presentation carried marks.
Mhm.
I was quite hesitant because there were students and HOD sitting in front of us. Along with that, my subject teachers were sitting.
Correct.
So
Mhm.
I decided that I don't have to worry so much. I'll prepare my best, and I need marks for my internal. So for that, I prepared and I gave my presentation.
Mhm.
And after I finished my presentation, all my college students, in fact, there was no such rule that you have to clap after someone's presentation, but they
Right.
clapped for me. They
Mhm.
clapped for me. I felt happy, and I didn't know the fact that why are they clapping for me.
Right.
And I sat. after we finished the presentation, my professor, HOD professor, he came in front and he said that remarkable sentence. He
Mm-hmm.
said that, Kavita, I don't know what your profession is and what you want to be, but let me tell you that if you ever think of being a teacher, you will excel. Like this, he said.
Right.
And then I decided that, yeah, do I really have this? Then I
Right.
started working on that and I started shifting my aim and my thoughts towards that. Somebody, pushed me into this, and I felt like, yeah, I should be doing this, and I ended up.
I also would like to give you a feedback on the answer which you shared. So it was well prepared, though like the question here I prepared it right now only and you answered it at instant, right? Like we don't have any script from where we are writing or reading, it's something like that. So what I feel is I also teach this to the students. Always start your points with the examples, you have to, so that a person will understand the things better. If you will give them a real life example of your story only about your past, a person will understand the things better. So this is what I would suggest. This is the best answer which I can hear from someone. So wonderful and very well shared as well, and very well,
Thank
prepared. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So my next question is, what do you think? Like, are there any jobs which are specific for the women's only and for the for the man only?
I feel there is no such specification given by the government. In fact, we believe in equality. But when it comes to muscular power and lifting something which is biologically decided by nature, if that is the case, then actually male and supposed to be done by men in our family. In fact, even I rely most of the time for that purpose.
Okay.
Rest, everything which is mentally done or through skills,
Mm-hmm.
there's no lack or no difference, I would say, that a girl cannot do or a boy only can do. But in our Indian society, we are very safe environment people. We try to restrict our girls in
Okay.
a confined zone and narrow, somewhere narrow their,
If we will
you
not,
know,
there are people
huh,
in the society, they will make you realize that this job is not for you. This job is only for you. So that's
yeah,
also, isn't it?
yes, yeah, yes. And I would like to tell you here, my parents, my father, he
Mm-hmm.
would always insist me from my very childhood that you should be a teacher. Teaching job is very good for girls.
Yeah, even
So
my
he
father,
was,
I told you. I just asked the question because I also hear the same thing from the people, right? Many times. I thought, why don't I ask this in front of you and ask your views too, so that it will help to multiple people, not only me here in the session. It will be there with a lot of people. Even they will also come to know that teaching is not the something which people choose as an option. Even I am doing
mm,
it not just because I do
mm,
have my separate job. I
mm,
do have, because I did my studies something different, MBA.
yes,
So MBA teacher don't have any correlation even, but I would say that the teaching is something which makes me feel happy, or I would say it is something which is like a time pass, not time pass. I hope you heard about it, pastime. Have you heard this?
pastime.
Pastime,
Mm, yes, yes,
right?
yes,
So it is something which is
yes,
a pastime for me, not time pass. That's a different word. There is a huge difference between both of them. So for me,
yes,
it's a
yes,
pastime, like a hobby. Okay, and that's something which is separates the your hobby and with your qualification too. Okay,
yes, correct.
I
I
think.
too belong to UP, and my parents' mentality is similar to what your parents might be having. I suppose that. I
Mhm.
think entire India has the same kind of parenting, but
Right.
specifically because I'm from UP, more restrictions are imposed on girls here. I
Correct.
have seen this. I have
Right.
seen this,
Yeah.
honestly.
So right now you are not in UP, right? You are in Maharashtra,
No,
as you told.
my parents have migrated here, so I'm
Okay.
with them, staying here in Mumbai. Yeah.
All right. Great. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. My next question is like, do you think like are there any jobs that you would refuse to do, regardless of the pay I'm talking about? Any job that you
Mhm.
would refuse?
When this question comes, the first thing people might be thinking is that sweeping, cleaning, all these jobs are not according to their status. But irrespective of all these things, I do it in my house. So I wouldn't deny doing it somewhere else. But
Mhm.
it should be offering me respect. This is what I prefer doing. and my dignity shouldn't be harmed or self-esteem shouldn't be damaged in any way. And if it is happening, be it a CEO position, I would deny doing that, because that creates mental stress and I feel mentally ill if I do such thing which is not helping me grow, and it is certainly consuming my entire day with those same deteriorating thoughts. And I
Mhm.
feel that no, I don't want to go ahead with that. So if it is harming my self respect and simply not remarkably judging my effort which I'm
Mhm.
sincerely investing for any organization or any small work, if
Okay.
that is not being judged well, then I wouldn't do that.
Great. Very well answered. And even not only sweeping and cleaning all those work, there is a kind of a field job, right? If I
Hmm.
would say that field sales, so whatever the
Hmm.
work which involves field work. So like when I like as I told you about my job, so I need to find the people, right, for the fields job as well. So what I
Okay.
hear from the people also, let's take an example. I'm calling a girl, right, and I'm asking her, though the company has not put this the thing that you will not allowed to hire the person who is a girl or a boy only, right? So we have
Yeah.
like good mentality, I can call anybody, right? But when I'm
Yeah.
calling a girl, what a
Huh.
response which I hear from her, okay, ma'am, it's a field job, sorry, I'm not interested. So I'm like, the girls have already said this. Now what other
Hmm.
people will say, they already have this mentality.
Yes.
Now fields job
Yes.
is something not for me, and this is a kind office job is something which is good for me, and I have to be there.
Yes.
Even our parents, if I talk about my
Yes.
parents too,
Hmm.
they also think like this, that field job is not safe for the girls, right?
Hmm.
Though it is, right, the situation which we
Hmm.
can see
Hmm.
outside, though it's
Hmm.
not safe. But if
Yes.
I say, I don't think so, that there is something, there should be a difference should be there, that this is only for the girl and this is
Hmm.
only for the boy.
Hmm.
That should
Hmm.
not.
Hmm.
Correct. And very well sure that self-respect is something which is important in any job, whatever the job you will do.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay. Next question. Do you often check the job ads in the newspaper or on the internet?
Advertisement, because I am interested in teaching and socializing. So all these platforms of social media is filled with such ads. So even if I don't want to watch,
Mm-hmm.
ads which cannot be skipped
Mm-hmm.
appears on the screen and I have to watch it. So sometimes I find it meaningful, but I remain active on LinkedIn application and Naukri.com. And when I started working as a content writer, so I got that job
Mm-hmm.
through Naukri.com, appearing for online interviews. So I feel that staying connected with job updates is rigorously important for all of us, because if you remain stagnant with the current job position and feel like, okay, I'm comfortable because I'm getting my pocket money and bread and butter is affordable with this money, then sustaining livelihood will be a difficult task for you, because entire world is rushing
Correct.
towards developing their skills and increasing their financial stability. So we all need to be well equipped with our mentality that we have to go ahead and
Mm,
constantly keep adding something in our own self, in our own career
correct.
or resume. Resume, I would say that the more attractive your resume is, the more HR will feel like offering you.
Let's
The
call.
first
Let's
question he
call.
will ask is, what is your current CTC? And then
Simply. Because everything is there in the resume. The last thing is
yeah,
CTC card only. Like,
CTC.
great. See, what was my motive to ask you this? Why don't you teach here then? You're
Because
good in
bec-
speaking too, right?
uh,
Yeah.
you find me good in speaking English.
Definitely. I would say, like, if you will ask me about your feedback, what I usually do after the session for every candidate, whoever comes here. So whatever the thing which I feel here is, vocabulary is something which needs to be strong, right? For you, I find it vocabulary is strong when it comes to giving answer confidently, even not without even a thinking for a second. That's what you do. So what do you think? What else we require? And even the facial expression, which is going very well
Yes.
according
Yes.
to what you are saying, it's going well. It should not be
Thank you
like
so
dumb and
much.
speaking. So that is
Thank
not
you so
there.
much.
So that I
Yeah.
really you're good in speaking part, in communication
Yeah.
part. Okay.
Okay. The reason I'll tell you why I'm not joining anywhere, I thought once or twice about it long
Definitely.
back. Yeah, I thought of it, but when it comes to actual reality, that sparing time for everything has to be properly managed. I create YouTube videos and I'm not even consistent there. I am uploading my videos after 5, 6, or 7 days. And in fact, on English Talkie, so many people have asked me to book session with Bhumika ma'am, Bhumika ma'am. And then I felt like, no, I should go ahead and book with this tutor only because it's their request. So I booked, and today also late night I'm talking to you. So entire day, my day stays busy with my chemistry schedule. So if
Mhm.
I try juggling between these two things, I feel that I won't be able to sail nicely. I would sink. So
Correct.
better held on
Best
to
in one thing,
your
right?
yeah, academic things are much more important because I've been teaching chemistry, that to HSC level, and
Mhm.
their board exams are up here, on starting on 21st February. So I'm
Mhm.
quite busy with them, taking their revisions and stuff because it's board. I
Correct.
cannot risk someone's career for English. I
Just
take sessions for English, but
mhm.
these are personal sessions who really request me that they want to learn only from me. So late night, one or
Like,
two sessions or three sessions.
right.
Yeah, I,
Yeah,
I take for them. Rest, I have not joined any organization as an employee. It's
right. Great.
at least flexible for me that if I don't want to take today, if I couldn't manage time, so I can tell them that we'll continue tomorrow. So I have liberty here.
Right. Even everybody wants to be an employer instead of employee. I also suggest the same, right?
Yes.
Because I'm from the finance background too, finance and HR I have. So I am
Okay.
fully supported about it. I'm also planning for my own business instead of doing a job.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm
Yes.
prepared. Let's see how much time it will take. But yes, I wanted to be a businesswoman only.
I hope that you excel in that and do start it. Just don't even think it, and right time never arrives. That's the only point I would like to advise, that right time will never come if you feel that okay, this is not the right time. Today I'm working as an employee. Tomorrow I'll start. With this thought only, I started YouTube, and it is fruitful today. It is fruitful.
Right.
My work is showing up today, not at a
Absolutely.
massive level or enormous change, but
Will
my
be.
confidence, my own communication, my
You've
own
done.
mentality, everything has improved just by creating videos on YouTube. So if you have something to start of your own, do start it.
Definitely.
Apart from being an employee, that's a
Absolutely.
different life,
No, this
and
is a
having
cycle.
something of your own.
It's a cycle. It's a cycle. You have to follow it. You have to start from as an employee only. Then only you will get, the points how the people are doing the
Yes.
job. So it's my starting
Yeah.
learning from there. We'll be
Hmm.
start implementing in my also. We'll start as a self-employed. Then we'll become a business owner. So this is what I've decided. So we'll follow it one by one. So right
Awesome.
now my age is not like that only that I will start. Okay, fine, not an issue. So see you now in the coming
Okay.
classes. All right. Bye
Okay.
bye.
Thank you so
Nice.
much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.